Hey guys, I'm Nurse Mo, and today I get to hang out with my very cool, very great friend, Nurse Mendoza. I got to meet him on the set of the Doctor's TV, and it was an amazing meeting, an amazing experience, and I just felt so inspired by him. So I felt the need to share him with you guys, and I'm so excited for you to meet him. Nurse Mendoza, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do for a living and your specialty.
Greetings and salutations, Nurse Mo. That's probably the best introduction I've had at this whole beginning of 2016. Round of applause. Dust that shoulder off, girl, because that was off the chain. Yeah, so a little bit about myself. So Nurse Mendoza, I actually met Nurse Mo here actually at the Doctor's Show, which was a kind of pretty cool gig. It just kind of happened from the people that we met, and we just kind of shot off from there, and now we're just doing our own thing in nursing. And it was amazing how we have a great crew. The whole nurse scrubality or nursality, I'm sorry, with Scrubs magazine is just, it's amazing. It's a great opportunity for us to get together and just be proactive for all of the future nurses and all that good stuff. So the question you're asking me is, I guess, why I became a nurse?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go from there. Shoot, I became a nurse because I wanted to make a difference in people's lives and continue to save people. That's my main concern was, do I want to go do something on the side or do I want to go do something in the hospital and make a difference every single day? And that was the main reason why I wanted to become a nurse. So yeah, that's my answer in a nutshell right there.
Awesome. Now, do you consider nursing a masculine career? And have you ever received any negative feedback from any macho guys or even girls who think that this career isn't for men? And how do you respond if so?
Oh yeah, no, I get it. When I first was in nursing school, I get it all the time. I mean, our percentage is still low. Our statistics is like what, 10, 12% for guys in the nursing field. That's ridiculous. So my goal, and no lie, before I became a nurse was to increase that number. I always wanted to crank out YouTube videos. I wanted to get that word out there that nursing is not just a feminine profession. We can increase those numbers for guys. We have women that are doctors. We have women that are in the military. We have women that are cops. Why can't we get more guys in the nursing field? So I figured, you know what, this will be a great way to expand the knowledge, because nursing is just amazing for guys. You can be an ICU nurse, critical care nurse. You can go into flight nursing, ER nurse. It's so many opportunities for us guys. 312s, 4 days off. You cannot go wrong with that, guys. So those were one of the reasons why I wanted to share, you know, the nursing knowledge on YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff for more people to get involved.
So you brought up YouTube and Instagram and social media and all that. So you are like doing your thing on YouTube. You are like super famous on YouTube, super hot. You're cranking out videos left and right. And I just want to know, how do you stay inspired and what makes you able to crank out so much content all the time?
You know what? I bring it down to God. If you're not a believer of God, you're going to have to believe in something. And if it's not something, you're going to have to believe in yourself. So G-O-D is the main person. Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me, girl. Woo-wee. That's what keeps me going.
Again, Nurse Mendoza.
So Philippians 4 verse 13, write that down. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So I do what I can. Every day I try to wake up. I know there's a struggle, there's a fight. We all got to fight for something. So my main focus here on earth was to make a difference in people's lives, continue to crank out nursing knowledge and videos. And I try to keep a schedule very tight where I help others, not just when I'm off the clock, but when I'm on the clock too. So I crank out videos, you know, once or twice a week. And yeah.
You've been doing a great job at it. You're definitely accomplishing your goals. Do you have any advice for the new or aspiring nurse out there?
Oh, definitely. Don't be comfortable. Do not get comfortable. Ask questions. That's another one that I have. I know I'm tatted and I got all these things on here trying to break the boundaries of nurses that it's not Florence Nightingale anymore. We're not wearing no hats. We're not wearing little gowns no more. Now we can have tattoos, we can have piercings, and you can still be educated and take care of patients. And that's why I always go back to this one right here. Matthew 7:7, ask and you shall receive. So as a new inspiring nurse, ask questions.
Yes.
Do not sit there and try to act like you know everything, because that's where the problems occur. Great communication, be proactive, delegate, and just ask as many questions as you can, because you're not going to know everything. So that's my advice for a new nurse.
Okay, and also for the new nurse. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience as a new nurse. When I was a new grad nurse, well, it was my first job in the ICU. I was like 23 years old, and my preceptor would make me cry every day. I would leave, she'll remain nameless, but I would leave work and sit in my car and bawl my eyes out. I mean, later down the line in life, I think that tough love kind of helped me a little bit. But
Right.
what's your perspective on nurses eating their young? Have you ever heard of that? Of course you have. Nurses eating their young and just making a really hostile work environment. What do you think about that?
So I made a video about why nurses eat their young last year. I actually cranked one out and I promoted it with a group that was trying to help me promote that out there. And it's sadly to say, it happens in a lot of hospitals. It happens everywhere we go. And it's not just new nurses. It's also nurses that's been there for 10, 15 years. And it's one of those things that people have to understand in nursing. You have to let that ego out. The only way light can shine is through shining with more light. You can't put darkness on there. It's not going to make things better. And as nurses, we're a team, we're a unit. And so bullying may happen. But that's when you kind of have to just put your foot down and you have to learn exactly what the team needs, what the doctor wants, what the patient care plan is. Follow that, put your foot down, and know exactly what you're going to tell them with report or with the nursing or the procedure or whatever. And once you get that respect, the bullying should stop. But if it continues, of course, that's a different issue. We got to kind of sit down and talk about it. But it does happen. It does happen. And it's not just you. It's happened to a lot of nurses. I got over like 200 messages about bullying. And it's once I put that video out, there was so many nurses that go through it. And it's something where we do definitely need to fix that. That's I agree with you. That's an issue. It really is. But you're right. Tough love. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're right. That's the way you learn. You got to learn your stuff, girl.
But there's a limit, I definitely think. And I'll send my viewers over to watch your video about, nurses. They're young and they can kind of take a different approach on it. It can be really, really hard. As far as social media goes and, balancing social media with your work life. And do you have any suggestions on some of us receive negativity on social media and negativity in the hospital.
Right.
And just like, we can delete a negative comment on social media. It's really easy nowadays, but you can't really delete the negativity that goes on in work. So do you have any way of like how you respond to negative patients, negative coworkers, and negative energy in general? Because you seem to be a really happy guy and really positive all the time.
You have to. And you know what, when it comes down to it, three things: faith, hope, and love. That's all that really comes down to. I got a great family support, especially my grandpa. He's like the seed of the foundation. He is the stability of our tree. And so my grandpa is the shiznit, and I'm gonna break that down for you real quick. He is the bomb. So my grandpa is such a caring, giving guy. He's always laughing, and I took whatever I could from my grandpa. And whatever I have random crazy patients, for example, I had one guy say, what's with the haircut? What's with the tattoos? Oh, you're Mexican? When did you start speaking English? I didn't know you could become a nurse. All this within 20 minutes of me caring for him. Wow. So I looked at him, I started laughing. I let the first one slide, let the second one slide. But the third time, we had the patient up and we had pulled the Swan's cath. We ended up pulling a couple of things off of him, some lines discontinued, and I still took care of him. And I looked at him, I said, bro, I learned English yesterday. I came from Mexico 2 days ago, and I ended up becoming a nurse 3 days after that. And then he looked at me astonished, and we just both laughed it off, and I still took care of him. I didn't care. And that's the best way to do it, is you just kind of have to roll with the punches. Don't take anything personal. And that's where people have grudges. And that's not life. That's not how it should be. Don't hold anything against anybody. Never, ever, ever. And you will move very, very far in life without holding on grudges. And that's what I do.
Yeah. I like to hold on to the thought that it's not about me. I chose a career that's not about me at all. So the stuff that people are going through is not about me. So I've learned, like you, to not take things personally. Listen, I'm really, really happy, and I would talk to you for hours that we were able to talk, and I really could talk to you for hours. It's not just the beard or the tattoos. Girls are into that, but it's not that. You are so insightful, and you are definitely inspiring so many people out there. For those of you who don't know, me and Mendoza work with Scrubs magazine, and we've been able to share and just put so many different perspectives on the field of nursing. And although a lot of people are using social media for selfies, which I'm not against, You know, we've been able to reach so many different people who are interested in healthcare, and it's been super cool. And Mendoza, keep doing your thing. Keep inspiring me and all the nurses out there. And thank you so much for chatting with me.
Of course. And all my followers, Nurse Mo, she is the bomb. She is going to go on great adventures, great places. She has a great heart. Everybody, I want to say thank you for letting me join the chat. Love y'all guys. Peace, love, advocate, and nurse on. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
See you later.